So this week's artist is Hugo Guinness. He's from the UK. Um, Very much comes from the advertising side of things, but has a very interesting kind of collection of illustrations and artwork. He actually, the last name is quite familiar to probably those of us that drink beer. So he is from the Guinness family. I guess that's originally an Irish stout beer, which I do like occasionally. The music you were listening to is the introduction music from the Grand Budapest Hotel. Interesting fact about Hugo: he helped co-write that screenplay with Wes Anderson. So I'm going to hand it over to Sarah.
Everyone, how are you? It's good to be back. So I can see lots of, Hugo Guinness backgrounds on everyone's screen, and you might be thinking, uh-oh, Sarah got the artist wrong, because this is definitely not looks like his art, but this is actually the Guinness family crest. So Hugo Guinness was born in 1959 in London and was the youngest of five. He is part of the Guinness family, as AJ mentioned, known for brewing and banking. So Guinness beer and also the Guinness Mahone Bank. So his line of the family was more the banking side versus the brewer's side. And he's worked many different jobs, including a copywriter for an ad agency. He was an investment banker for a period of time at his family's bank, Guinness Mahone, but he's mainly known for his prints. He makes these black and white prints, as I can see on many backgrounds, that take everyday objects and portray them in sort of a simplistic or humorous way. Throughout his career, he's had illustrations in the New York Times and the New Yorker. He's collaborated with brands such as Coach and J. Crew. He's worked with different charities, and his art has been collected by celebrities such as Anna Wintour, Natalie Portman, Heath Ledger, just to name a few. And in particular, as AJ mentioned, Guinness has a special relationship with filmmaker Wes Anderson. So this is a still from a short film that Guinness illustrated in 2015. It's titled "I Will Always Remember You" and was created for the David Sheldrick Wildlife Trust. The aim of this film was to raise awareness about the harm of ivory poaching. And this is done with pen on paper and took him about 5 months to create. I think it's about a 2-3 minute film. And you can see in the still, it's done in the style of kind of negative space, but the film also showcases his more simplistic drawings. I'm going to include the link to the short film in the chat right now if anyone wants to check it out. It's fairly short, so it's an easy watch. And it's kind of sad because it, talks about ivory poaching. So I'll kind of flip through some of his, so these are some of his prints for sale on his website. As you can see, they're simplistic. They take everyday objects. But his prints on his website range from about $200 to upwards of $1,000 for some pieces, and they're for sale. Anyone can buy them. I'm like, that would be a nice, kind of intro to art collecting, a nice Christmas gift maybe for someone who's into art. And then this last one is really fun. So this is called The French Dispatch, and it's actually the cover for Wes Anderson's new movie. This cover and trailer was released in February of this year, but the movie itself won't be coming out until 2021. I mentioned before that he became good friends with Wes Anderson, and they've worked together on many occasions. So as AJ mentioned, Guinness actually helped him write the script for not only for this movie, but also for the Grand Budapest Hotel, which led Guinness to getting co-nominated for an Oscar for Best Screenplay. As well, a fun fact is that Guinness was actually the voice of one of the characters in Fantastic Mr. Fox, another Wes Anderson film. So from what I garnered from the trailer of this movie is it's about kind of expat journalists in France, and it's sort of an anthology style film, very much in the style of Wes Anderson, if you're familiar with his films. But what I love about this cover is that it's so different from what we previously saw. This has so much color and is very cartoon-like and animated. So Hugo Guinness, he's a printmaker, he's a writer, he's an actor. He's got so many different facets as a creative and is still very much working today. So I encourage you to check out the YouTube video, check out his website, which I'll link to, and just continue to keep an eye out for Hugo Guinness work that comes out. Thank you. I look forward to seeing the new Wes Anderson movie as well.
Thank you, Sarah. Much appreciated. He is a fun artist. Do we have any questions for from anyone? Just speak up if you do, because it's hard to find any specific one of you in all the tiles.
Yeah, hey, well, just a comment from me as usual. The elephant print, when I first saw it, which is just now, I thought I was looking at these two sleeping elephants, and I thought, how beautiful. Then I noticed the dart, and it broke my heart.
Yeah, I encourage you to watch that film. It's not very long, and it's really moving. You would, it's something so simple as like pen on paper, but it's really moving.
Cool.
This is Juliette. I was looking at the French Dispatch thing and seeing Owen Wilson's going to be in it, and he was in Midnight in Paris, which is a fabulous movie.
Absolutely. What I love about Wes Anderson is he's one of those filmmakers who he kind of has his crew. Like you can see Bill Murray, who's in a lot of Wes Anderson, Frances McDormand. He kind of has his crew of actors that he likes to work with, and he kind of puts them in all of his movies. So I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll use a lot of gypsy jazz. My son's actually a gypsy jazz musician, and I love it. And oh my gosh, who did the music for Midnight in Paris? His name is slipping my Stefan Rembel, and he's a fabulous gypsy jazz musician and writes the music and wrote that in the style of Django Reinhardt. And so whenever I see that, I'm always very hopeful that I'm going to hear some good gypsy. That's going to be a fun
awesome.
film.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I think, I'll find the trailer for the movie and I'll put it in the chat as well. Because it looks
great.
like
Thank you.
Movie. Yeah, of course.
And Sarah, Michael said that these make great presents.
I did notice that. Note taken, Dad. Thank you.
Well, I guess movie theaters are open in some places, but not in a lot of places. So
yeah, this will come out in 2021. So hopefully, we'll have some things open by then.
All right, excellent. Do we have any other comments on Hugo, other than how good Guinness tastes?